Hello there guys, my name is Chris Chai, YouTube channel Dogster but Bill for Theme Park News, and welcome to another Halloween update. Now this is from Universal Studios Orlando in Orlando, Florida. Right now it's very dull and damp outside, and yeah, we're getting kick-started. Halloween's right around the corner. Obviously you've seen the Theme Park News update today from Canada's Wonderland and the Halloween update just earlier. That's already online from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Howl-O-Scream 2019. So I am looking at a few Halloween events. I may do a separate video coming towards the end of August, sort of going into September, sort of discussing, you know, what I'm looking at in terms of events for this year, what's confirmed, nothing yet, what looks to be confirmed, what could be likely to happen, any events that I'm looking at that's a 50-50, and any events that I'm, unlikely to visit, but I was looking at the start of Halloween. So that video is going to be an interesting one. That's going to come soon. End of August, start of September. I'm looking to do that one, probably last week of August maybe. But we do have a Halloween update for Universal Orlando, and that is the rest of the Halloween Horror Nights lineup. Now the mazes, they're pretty much announced. However, we've got the list of 5 scare zones, as well as the premise for our one main show, Academy of Villains, which is going to be returning to Halloween Horror Nights for 2019. So we're going to be having a look at details of all the 5 scare zones, as well as doing a detailed description officially by Universal on their show, Academy of Villains, which of course is returning. So let's have a look then at all 5 of our scare zones coming to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando in 2019. So let's start off with the first one. This is Zombieland Double Tap. Now, Zombieland Double Tap, the description reads as follows. Brush up on your rules of survival, because this scare zone will put you right in the middle of the United States of Zombieland based on the new film. An infection has spread and bloodthirsty zombies are loose in the streets. So from that description alone, I can already tell there's going to be some zombie actors, kind of like a Walking Dead premise in a way. There's going to be live zombie actors rolling around the area, walking through the area. I'm expecting that type of scare zone in my opinion. Of course it's based around the new film, as it said, so I haven't seen the latest Zombieland film, so I'm still yet to see that, but anyone who has seen it will say it will be based on, and said it's based on the new film. You'll kind of know what you've been expecting to see, so I'm really excited because I've seen the original Zombieland, but I haven't seen the latest one, so very interested to see what's going to happen with Zombieland Double Tap. Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe, that's what the next one's called. So from the description of Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe, step into the heavy metal horror world of Rob Zombie's music and imagery in this scare zone. Come face to face with his brutal creations as the music blasts through the zone. So again, really interested to see what's going to happen with this one. I think it's going to be like a heavy metal take on a zombie apocalypse scare zone. Kind of like Zombieland Double Tap in a way, but more heavy metal, and sort of we're going to hear his music throughout the scare zone, hoping it doesn't clash with the rest of the music on the, if there's any rides near it, wherever it's been located. And it should be interesting to see how they're going to sort of do that. I'm thinking Zombie Scare Zone that used to be at Scarefest at Alton Towers, which is an event that I am looking to go to, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm thinking Zombie Scare Zone, but with a heavy metal touch to it, and of course the music of Rob Zombie and the imagery of Rob Zombie, so I am interested to see what's going to happen with this. We also have An Arcade, which is an interesting one. An 80s inspired arcade has taken over the Avenue of the Stars. It might look like a party, but game over here means a permanent end for you. Watch out for a gang of neon slashers who are ready to play and win. So this sounds like a game of cat and mouse in a way. This is like a video game come to life in this real twisted psychotic horror type of way. So I'm excited to see what the neon slashers are going to do throughout the scare zone. I'm excited to see what kind of jump scares we're expecting to see. Obviously, for those of you who don't know the difference between a maze and a zone, a maze is like an indoor thing where it's free flow, or over the or like hands on shoulders style maze, and like a bit of a conga line as we call it in the enthusiast community. But a zone is free walk. So Like, you look at the Freak Show scare zone that used to be at Alton Towers. You look how that sort of was in the pathway around connecting Spinball Wizard to X Sector and Oblivion and Smiler and Enterprise, and of course what used to be known as Submission in the Old Memorial Garden. You look at that scare zone and how that set up Universal style and how the sort of actors going along that path. If you don't want to go down that path, you'll unfortunately have to take the long way around, the other way around, so past Mutiny Bay, Forbidden Valley, to sort of escape the scare zone. So it sort of takes over a bit of pathway. So I'm excited to see if this will follow the same Universal principle. I am excited to see if Anarchy will do the same as well as the rest of them. Moving on then to Vanity Ball. So in the streets of Hollywood, your flesh will become canvas as blade-wielding artists slice up willing patients into horrific living works of art. So this is going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to see what this one's going to be like. It sounds pretty interesting. It's a very particular type of theme to go for, a very peculiar type of theme as well. So it's very specific, but it's very peculiar and unique and weird to go for. So I am interested to see what that's going to be like. And the final scare zone is Vikings Undead. So Vikings have ridden and are laying waste to Central Park with their brutal onslaught of gore and destruction. Their bloodlust never dies. So again, really interested and excited to see what that's going to entail. Obviously, I watched the Vikings series that was on, I think it was on, not the History Channel, I'm sure it wasn't, but I think it was History or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but there was a Viking series. It's got nothing to do with this, but it's sort of the theme of the Vikings. Very bloodlusting, very gory, so I am expecting that type of blood and gore to be involved in this Viking scare zone. I am excited to see what the scare acts are going to be like, you know, how they're going to portray these Vikings throughout the scare zone. So, like I said, it's got nothing to do with the History Channel show. But I am excited to see a Viking scare zone because I've never really seen one of these, so I am excited to see what it's going to be like. So moving on then to the description of the show then. So Academy of Villains, Altered States. So really excited to see what this is going to entail. So it says your favourite dance crews return to Halloween Horror Nights with Altered States, a new show about an experiment of mind and body. Man's true nature will be dragged out into the dark gothic streets of anarchy. This new show will feature a mix of dance and theatrics for one performance you won't want to miss. So again, really excited to see what's going to happen with this, and I cannot wait for it. Now, of course, Horror Nights kicks off on September 6th in Florida and September 13th in Hollywood. And Hollywood, of course, still yet to reveal what their scare zones and their shows are going to be like for this year, but that is Orlando's lineup. We've already known the mazes for both parks, and now Orlando have released their zones and the new take on the Academy of Villains show, which of course is called Altered States. So I am really excited to see what that show is going to entitle, and I'm sure Universal will do some fantastic shows. Obviously, there is still a big rumour at the minute that Terminator 2 3D is going to be taken up by this Jason Bourne sort of stunt show attraction for next year. Obviously, that still hasn't been announced, but everything at the minute from some people seems to be pointing towards that maybe. Is it 2020? Is it for the future? We don't know. We haven't seen that site used in a good long time, so I am excited to see how they're going to do that as a permanent stunt show attraction. Hopefully, maybe some of the effects that they use in the mazes, the zones, the show, maybe some of the effects or any of the projections, or if there's any sort of animatronics or sort of holograms, if there's any sort of technological stuff that they try to do in these shows, maybe that's a hint, like a hidden hint, as to what they could use for a Jason Bourne stunt show attraction next year, if it's coming next year, and if it is a Jason Bourne stunt show. But that is, of course, the heaviest rumour for that Terminator 2 3D site. But in terms of scare zones and show, really excited. Cannot wait. It's a good mixed lineup of different themes. It's not clashing in any way. It's sort of a blend of different horror type themes. There's things like that. There's peculiar themes like the Vikings and the Vanity Ball sort of artistic style theme that they went for. That I am really excited to see whether they're going to sort of. I'm excited to see how much horror is going to be blended into those themes. So again, really excited to see how that's going to look. Obviously, like the Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and the Halloween Screams and things like that. I will not be at Halloween Horror Nights this year, unfortunately. It is a dream to go to Halloween Horror Nights, at least both of them. But unfortunately, it won't be this year. But if you guys are down there, again, comment down below any reviews while you're over there. Of course, it kicks off at the start of September, so not too long away now, under a month. So really excited. Well under a month, just a few weeks, in fact. So really excited to see that when it starts. So thank you very much for watching this Halloween update from Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And for now, guys, my name is Coast Child Doncaster Born, but built for theme park news. Keep living the coast life, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.